ADKAR is a coaching tool for managers and supervisors. Managers and supervisors can use ADKAR as a coaching tool with employees during change initiatives. Consider the many roles that supervisors already play with their employees, including communicator, the information channel for employees, problem solver and coach, place to go for help and direction, teacher and mentor, a source for knowledge and experience, and advocate, a spokesman for recognition and appreciation. Using the ADKAR model, managers and supervisors can use these same roles to manage change. For example, during the early phase of a change, managers are communicators. In this role, managers build awareness of the need for change and reinforce the messages sent by the executive sponsor, including why the change is happening, what the change means to the employee, and the risk of not changing. Through one-on-one conversations, managers help employees translate the myriad of information about the change into meaningful terms. As the change nears implementation, managers are problem solvers and coaches. In these roles, they are instrumental in creating desire to support the change. They help employees sort out the impact of the change on a personal and professional level. Employees will have questions about what's in it for me and unresolved issues about how the change impacts their work. They may have personal barriers to the change that require assistance from their supervisor. In some cases, employees may be resistant to the change. Supervisors are on the front line when managing resistance to a change. Managers in the role of coaches directly influence employees' desire to support and participate in the change. During implementation, managers are teachers and mentors. Even with the best training programs, the on-the-job application of new tools, processes, and job roles requires ongoing instruction and guidance. In this role, managers are building knowledge on how to change. As employees engage in day-to-day work, gaps will become evident. Knowledge doesn't always translate to ability on the first try. Employees need an environment where they can practice and where it's safe to make mistakes. Managers are instrumental in creating a workplace where employees can develop new skills and abilities. Finally, managers are advocates for their employees. Supervisors and managers play a key role in recognizing and rewarding the hard work and contributions of employees during the change process. These recognitions and rewards reinforce the change with employees so that the change is sustained in the organization. Many effective managers play these roles every day. When managers are taught how to use ADKAR as a change management tool, they develop the competency to lead change. ADKAR as an assessment tool for changes underway. For changes underway, ADKAR can be used to assess progress and to diagnose gaps in the change management program. Organization-wide ADKAR assessments help companies understand the barrier points and identify gaps. These assessments typically have two critical dimensions. First, the assessment allows employees to evaluate their position on each element of the ADKAR model. Second, employees are allowed to voice their current views within the assessment. Two results are extracted from the data from an ADKAR assessment: the barrier point to the change for the group overall, and specific details that will help lead to resolution of key obstacles. For example, in a large assessment of a service agency undergoing major restructuring, the ADKAR assessment showed that 51% of the employees had moderate to low awareness of why the change was even needed. Nearly one-half of the employees indicated moderate to low desire to support the change. The data was separated by functional groups, allowing the change management team to identify the barrier points for each group. Second, specific information was extracted from the verbatim answers from employees. The data clearly identified specific areas where the change management process had broken down. Managers uncovered the missing pieces of information around awareness, and they better understood the specific objections from employees. Armed with this new information, the primary sponsor and his leadership team were able to address these issues. ADKAR assessment data can be segmented by function, location, or level in the company. Different demographic slices can help the change management team identify the obstacles and focus energies in the right areas. Because not all groups move through change at the same rate, this type of group-by-group analysis provides critical steering for the change management team. ADKAR as a planning tool for change. ADKAR can be used as a planning tool for individuals to promote ideas and presentations in meetings at work. For example, when preparing for a meeting or crafting an email in which you're putting a new idea forward, consider using the ADKAR model to structure the sequence of your material. Consider what elements would increase the awareness of the audience regarding the need for the change. Use this material first. Next, consider what would be the pain points for this group. What would motivate them to embrace your idea and create a desire to change? Then consider what knowledge is required such that the group will know how to change. When addressing ability, anticipate potential barriers and address these proactively. Consider what actions you can take to reinforce the change. When ADKAR is used in this way to facilitate ideas or to move an agenda forward, the results are faster adoption rates and greater acceptance of your work. Summary. The ADKAR model has 5 elements or objectives that must be achieved with individuals in order for change to be implemented and sustained. These elements form the basic building blocks for successful change. 1. Awareness of the need for change. 2. Desire to support and participate in the change. 3. Knowledge of how to change. 4. Ability to implement the required skills and behaviors. And 5. Reinforcement to sustain the change. Once the ADKAR perspective is rooted into your process for analyzing change, you can readily apply it to any number of situations. You can develop a new lens through which to observe and influence change. You may be working for change in your public school system or in a small city council. You may be sponsoring change in your department at work. You may be observing large changes that are being attempted at the highest levels of government. Or you may be leading an enterprise-wide change initiative. The perspective, enabled by the ADKAR model, allows you to view change in a new way. You can begin to see the barrier points and understand the levers that can move your changes forward. After 10 years of applying the ADKAR model with businesses, government agencies, and local communities, Jeffrey has observed the light bulb coming on time and time again. This simple model enables business managers to see change as a process. The best phone call he ever received was from a business manager who was a former student in one of his classes. He started the call by saying, "I thought this model was too simple to be applicable." Jeffrey was unsure where the call was heading from that introductory remark. But before Jeffrey could ask, the business manager went on to say, "But today I had an employee in my office who was struggling with one of our changes. This was a valued employee, and I wanted to do the right thing, but I found myself at a loss for what to say. I looked down at a small pencil box with the engraving ADKAR model and thought, why not? Let's give it a try." He paused for a moment, leaving Jeffrey somewhat anxious for the outcome of his meeting. Rather than tell him the details, the manager simply said, "That's why I called, just to say thank you. It worked. I just wanted to let you know." On behalf of the author, Jeff Hyatt, and the Change Management Learning Center, this is Tom Wilkins.